What is going on, guys? Today I'm going to show you how to do more advanced looking glass. So before I showed very basic glass where it just had some basic like nodes set up and it just was quite transparent. So today I have a bit more nicer looking glass. So as you can see here, we can make the road look fatter if we look through. Ooh, or skinnier if we do it from the top. I've got a pile up here just to show you how it would look if you piled them up. As you can see, it just looks, if you saw my previous video, it just looks a lot nicer than the other glass, and this is using Fresnel. So if we go into our material over here, I'm going to show you how to go about setting this up. So bring this up, and I have no textures for this. This is just using basic colors. So we come into here, and we change opaque. So make sure you click this, and we change opaque to translucent. So that way we can already start setting it up. So now we want to have the color of the glass. So we just hold free left click. We're just going to have a gray value for this. And this could be changed later. You could make it a material instance and turn this into a parameter and change it on the fly if you want. But that's what I'm going to start with. I'm going to make it metallic. Just because glass, for some reason, works better most of the time when it's set to metallic. Don't ask me why. Alright, so ignore what that looks like in a moment. Then we're going to set up our roughness, so we want it to be very shiny. It doesn't have to be 0, but you can set it up so it has some reflection. And before we set up anything else, click back onto here, come down here and turn lighting mode into volumetric directional. So what this will do is it will actually, pretty much it will actually activate your roughness, because beforehand it didn't really work. Like when it's on non-directional, your roughness doesn't work, and when directional is on, it works. And I don't quite know all the specifics to why this is, but yeah, pretty much turn it on and your roughness will work. So now that should be able to actually reflect like something. So now we want to get a Fresnel. So if I type this in, we can get our Fresnel here. Actually, we want a Fresnel function, I believe. Yeah, we want Fresnel function. Actually, I believe you can use both, but Fresnel function just has a bit more options on it. Okay. And if I delete that, and we come into here, we need to set up a value for power. And that's pretty much all what I'm going to set up today. It's just some for power. So we're going to put 3 in there. And what Fresnel pretty much does is it will pretty much the edging of like an object is sort of the Fresnel of it. It's how it reflects on the edging. It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, I can actually show a demonstration. So if I get a alert, so L left click, we can connect 2 values. And if I make these values very obvious, so if we get 0 for black and that for white, and connect our Fresnel up to our alpha, so what that's going to do is going to 50-50 between the two, we can see that the edging is now completely white while the middle is black. So we're going to want to set these to not too different values, because if you do that, the edging of your glass, so as we saw in the engine, the edging of the glass is going to be way too different, where we do want it to be slightly tinted like sort of a blacker color so you can actually see the edge of the glass, because when you don't have the Fresnel, you just sort of can't see the edge of the glass because it has sort of the same opacity and the same like refraction all the way around. So we set that to 1.2 and set this one to 0.8. We can then connect this up to our refraction. Now allow it to, when it gets to the corner, it's going to refract more or less, I can't remember, but either way it's going to refract one way or the other when it gets to the corners of it, and it gives it a nicer effect. Now if we create another lap up here, put this in, going to want to make the edging to be less transparent, so 1.15, then the center, 0.9. The center we're going to obviously want, just hit my elbow on the desk. The center we're going to obviously want to be very transparent, because glass is obviously very transparent. But the edge we want to be slightly less. I mean, that's quite a low value of putting there, but we want it to be less because you're going to want to see the edge of the object. And you can change those values to make it less or more defined on the edging, depending on what you prefer. So with all that set up, that should be everything. So if I click, if I stop previewing this, I was like, material look weird. So as you can see, we have a sphere where the edging is blacker and the middle is more transparent. So if we click apply, come to the engine, so this one over here that I've made. When it applies, there we go, got it, took a long time. We can see we have a nicer glass material. So there's a lot more you could do with this. I could come back into this and I could, like I said, I can make the edging not so obvious. Or the other way around, sorry, that's the middle, so 0.05. So we make the middle very transparent and the edging not too far off. So that way it only fades a little bit on the edge. When the material loads. There you go. But as I said, the lower you have it, obviously, it gets harder to see. So yeah, that's how you set up more advanced glass in the engine. I hope this helped anyone who was sort of lost after maybe my last tutorial when I showed basic glass. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you have a suggestion for another video, please leave it in the comments. I'm always willing to do like more ideas for tutorials. And bye bye.